Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman, and this is Skyrim Let's Play Part 6. When we last finished up, we had gotten to Ustengrav. I always pronounce these names incorrectly. The Greybeards had sent us there to find the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. So that's our next quest in the Dragonborn quest line, if you will. So we're there now, and it's time to go in and see what we can find. And Mercurio, I love it. Huh? Why does he say that? I didn't say anything to him. I didn't call him. I didn't turn to him. I didn't look to him. I didn't ask him anything. He's such a goober. So anyway, we're going to go in here and see what we can find and see if we can find that horn that the Greybeards need. Right here at the front door, we are seeing a bunch of dead bandits. And I can only assume that there's dead bandits because I'm playing on very easy. I'm not 100% sure. But they were already dead, so I come in here rather slowly because I want to not get attacked and I want to look around real quick. And there's a dead Draugr. Next to dead Draugr with some potions, and some more ore. So we're going to go ahead and pick all that up, what we need. I debated on the pickpocketing thing. It was a 96 valued potion, but I don't do any pickpocketing. So I didn't pick it up. I'm getting to the point where I'm about ready to not pick up stuff that's not worth at least 100, just for space purposes. You may or may not have noted that I generally don't increase my stamina very much, and if I'm not mistaken, that's what increases your carry capacity. So I may end up doing some stamina increases just so I can have a little bit of extra there. So we come on into the room and we see that there's probably some kind of a mage. Yeah, the novice conjurer is there, and the conjurer is completely ignoring us. And again, I'm not sure. I'm not that quiet of a walker, not sneaky. So I don't know. I think it's because it's on the easy mode. If this gets too easy, like ridiculous, and it kind of almost is, I may bump it up a little bit, just so that I can have a little bit of a challenge. That was a potion of cure disease. I'm not really a potion maker. And at this point, I'm not really finding very many cure disease potions. I did go ahead and buy some so that we had them on hand in case we end up getting diseases that affect us dramatically. I noticed that I did have a disease. It wasn't affecting me dramatically, so I kind of held off on taking that potion in case we needed it. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that vampires don't really start attacking us too much, or we don't come across them too much until we are level 10. And I think we're 5 maybe, so we're okay at the present moment. So anyway, I picked it up in case I decided to go ahead and if we end up needing those potions more, then I have the ability to make them. Maybe someday. Again, I've never been a potion maker, but maybe we'll get into it a little bit on this play, and kind of, explore something that we haven't explored too much. So at this point, I'm just looking at my map and trying to decide, where am I supposed to go? Oh, Mercurio, thank you for your invaluable input of nothing. So that's vampire dust. So that tells me that maybe I was wrong about that we might end up coming across some vampires. Not sure, unless that was just that would have been there if we had been level 10. I don't know for sure. But I want to be kind of careful, just in case that I was wrong about that. And so far, novice conjurers, that's all I'm seeing along here, except for that vampire dust, which gave me cause for pause. Now, something killed that. A Draugr had apparently killed a conjurer. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I like it that the monsters fight each other. It just saves me the trouble and the hassle and the death. So it's okay if they want to kill each other. Knock yourselves out, guys. So it's kind of a fun thing to see, to see them killing themselves. And I think I've already checked this. I was like, oops, I already had looked here. So we check here and see if we've got anything of use, and a couple of health potions. So that's a great thing. We're really needing them here lately, so until we get a little bit stronger or have a clue what we're doing, we're probably going to keep doing that. I decided to go ahead and pick up that spell tome, even though I'm pretty sure I already have that spell, but I wanted to check it just in case. And so check here and see if there's anything else that we can use, and Mercurio is at the ready with his whatever spells he's got handy. So let's take a look and see. We need to go. Sometimes I want to go the opposite direction of where I'm supposed to go because there's good stuff that direction. So here's a room full of urns, and there's some potions here. You know, those urns oftentimes have gems. Like there's a garnet, and I think that was worth 100. I didn't see it real quick. And I also saw, look at these potions and broken urns. So, hey, there's 2 of them even. So it's always good to check those broken urns because at this point anyway, I still need those kinds of potions, and it was useful. And this had almost nothing, 5 gold, but hey, a chest is a chest. I get very excited when I see a chest. It's like Christmas morning. What are you going to get? And sometimes it's going to be something really cool. I noticed that wall looked like that should be a wall that gets opened somehow. So I just kind of made a mental note of that. So in case we come across anything that might open a wall like that, there looks like there's a lot of those kind of walls here. So we'll kind of keep our eyes open for any walls that need to be opened, like that one. Yeah, it looks like another room full of urns. Yeah, Magicka potion, so that's useful. I didn't really see a health potion, but again, it's worth checking them all. You never know what you're going to find. Definitely something valuable. At this point, we're really trying to get our gold up. I think it shows here in a little while how much we have. And oh, there you go, garnet and healing potion. That was a useful urn. And so, you know, I as I've mentioned many times, that oh, we got a restoration increase, so that's a good thing. I'm saving my gold as much as possible because coming up in not too distant future, we are going to start building our house, and you have to. I like to build my own house as opposed to buying one of the pre-mades. And my own house, you have to buy the land first, and then you have to get all of the materials that you need to build it. Which is why I've mentioned many times that I'm kind of going through and collecting iron ore, because you use a tremendous amount of ore. And the ore is used to make nails and hinges and locks and all kinds of stuff. So you use quite a bit. And obviously you could do it over time, and you could take forever to build it, and I don't have that kind of patience. I want to build it as quickly as possible. In fact, that's really one of my main goals here, and I'm sorry I kicked you, Mr. Skeleton, but you were in my way. That's one of my main goals here, is to get to the point where I can start building that house, because that becomes a pivotal time in my game. I just saw another skeleton go flying, so it's like, okay, what did that? And it's a Draugr. And I almost feel sorry for the skeletons. When you kill them, they go flying and breaking apart, and it's like, holy crap. It's kind of a little bit disconcerting, and I hate it when you run past them and accidentally tap them. You end up kicking their bones everywhere. But, you know, hey, I'm sorry that you did not stay together when I accidentally stumbled across you. Draugrs here. There's a circlet. Which, if we decide to do enchanting, those can be useful for one thing. You can make them and sell them. Another thing, you can make them and make them pretty powerful. So I've never really gotten too much into enchanting, and again, that may be something that we try. The house that we build has the ability to have potion makers, enchanting stations. Look at that Draugr. He didn't even move until I almost ran past him. And I think coming up ahead, we may see them that they don't do anything. They don't do anything even when you run up next to them, even the ones that are not already dead. So I saw that my pointer was telling me to go that way, And there doesn't seem to be a way to go that way from where I'm at. So I do get a little bit lost here, but not horribly. But I'm trying to figure out, did I miss something? Is there some way to get through here that I haven't found? So again, I apologize for getting a little bit lost, but we get unlost in not too distant future here. So I just have to keep going and realize that there's a way. And I thought, okay, maybe you go through there. No, looks like you should be able to, but you can't. So I have to get myself to a place I haven't been before, and then I can kind of figure it out. And sure enough, I have found a place I haven't been before. And I find, look at that, a potion laying in the middle of the floor. That is interesting. You could have walked right past it because it was in those viney things or whatever they are, and it would have been easy to miss. But I just happened to notice, thankfully, healing potions are red, so they kind of stand out. So here we are, and I'm thinking, okay, that might be where we'd be needing to go. So we're going to run across here real quick and see if there's a door or something. And sure enough, there's a door saying, this way, lost person. And
keep your eyes open for traps.
Got 34 gold out of the deal with it laying there on the floor. So thank you, Mr. Skeleton, for dropping your gold before you died. Appreciate you making that easy for me there. So we're in a new portion. Oh. And Mercurio, oh, why does he say that? Oh, what? I mean, he's getting on my nerves, folks. But that's okay. We'll deal with him for a while longer. And you can see, it looks like Draugr is down in there somewhere, just past where we need to go. And he looks like he went down like a little path. So I see that's where he did go down this little walkway, but I'm pretty sure that this other part over here is where, yeah, he went down the walkway and there he is. That's that same guy that walked down there. So we could have gone up there and down the little walkway, or we just could have come in this way. I guess it didn't really matter. It's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. So we're in this large room. And Mercurio is stating the obvious. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I stepped over these flame things. And I don't see any way to avoid it. There doesn't seem to be a chain, a pull chain of any kind to make them stop. I wasn't sure if I could go around, and I just decided run past them real quick. So that's what I did. Just ran over them real quick. Sometimes you can find ways to... there's a Draugr in the middle of a walkway. Interesting. There's a Draugr down there. It looks like a room that I don't think we've been down there yet, so we're gonna have to find out how to get down there. But I hate it when there's flames and stuff like that, and I can't figure out an easy way to make them stop. But my health is pretty good, and I figured that it wouldn't hurt me too terribly much. So there's the Draugr that we killed from up above. He has nothing on him that I want. And check and earn real quick. And got a silver ring in case we decide to enchant. And of course I forget about that, and when I go to sell stuff, I sell them most of the time. But I probably ought to start saving them up in case I do decide to enchant. And just checking the table here. You never know when there's going to be a gem in a bowl or something laying there. So I always take a quick look. And checking an herb that I already checked. Short-term memory, what are you going to do? I just kind of wanted to look and see, what have I not looked at here? Where have I not gone? Sometimes I'm just hurrying way too much and get myself turned around, and that's what happens. It's like, okay, I'm a little bit confused here. It's my normal state of being. We know we went across that way. I don't think I've been in either of these directions.
Remember to check behind you every once in a while. Who knows what might try to sneak up on us.
Check behind you. Yeah, Mercurio. Ooh, a garnet. We love that. Just love those gems because they're worth, enough anyway, and they don't weigh anything. There's another health potion on the floor. These are messy bad guys. They drop stuff everywhere. And I think that I just kind of swung around in a big circle. And then I realized I don't think I'd been up here. Hello, restless Robber. You're restless? I'll be happy to give you final rest. So that I can go on my way and figure out what the heck I'm doing. And sometimes when I see there's a dead end right there, I go ahead and go into it so the map shows I went into it. Because if you don't, sometimes it shows an area that you haven't been in before. So I kind of go into a dead end, turn around and come back out and keep going. That way the map is cleared that I have been in that area. And I saw this wonderful pile of oil on the floor, and I don't see anything that I can pull into it. So I was very frustrated. It's like, ugh. Why can't I find something to pull into it so I can blow it up? Oh, and then a Draugr shows up. I'm thinking, okay, if we come over here, maybe we can draw him into it so I can blow him up. In the meantime, Mercurio kills the guy that got out of the casket, and another Draugr pops out of there, and I think he went into my fire. So I got my wish. I got a Draugr to burn up in the fire, which I suppose that sounds kind of evil. I don't care. He's dead, right? And he was trying to kill me. So he's a monster. I'm not. So here we are, finding a new area. Like, yes. Haven't been in this area yet. So where does it go? And we got it upstairs and to the horizon. What are we going to do? I decided to take a quick journey here. Weak aversion to magic. And I take it because it's worth so much. Again, I don't use potions that you have to throw at other people because I just don't do it. I don't know how. So I just sell them usually, especially one that is worth that much. I mean, 193. I don't know what our percentages that we're getting right now. We should probably look at that, but it's worth over 100 gold outright. So I decided to go ahead and grab it. And when I came into this big room, I thought, you know what? We better go ahead and save just in case we fall off of a ledge or we find something that kills us, which doesn't happen very often because of the level I play on and my amazing Mercurio. So this is a pretty big room. So I decided to go ahead and kill what I can see right in front of me. And then I heard Mercurio did something. I thought, what did he do? So check this skeleton before we kick it across the room. I mean, this is just a massive room, it looks like. Oh, hello there, skeleton. Sorry to blew you up. Oh, and there's a guy sitting up on a throne. Who is that, do you suppose? And was he anything important? I was checking them to see if we need to push them or anything. Here's a skeleton. Does he have anything? He's got a soul gem, and so he's nothing special, so why was he sitting on that throne? I didn't see a lever or anything like that. Because I thought this was kind of a main area or main part.
These ruins might be interesting.
Oh, he's so bored. If you're so bored, just do your job. And then I notice, aha, there's a word wall. Another word wall. I get very, very excited when I find word walls. I don't know how many there are in the game. So I run around along the backside just in case. Sometimes there's chests and things behind them or next to them. So I just ran around and run around to the front, and then I always like to be respectful if I can and take my time. Put my hands down, and there we go. Got a new word, and it is Word of Power. Become ethereal, which I'll probably never use, but I like collecting word walls. And we'll save there just in case. Now we need to figure out where the heck are we need to go, because a lot of times the word walls are like at the end of where you need to be, and that obviously wasn't the case. I mean, I'm obviously not where I need to be, but it was kind of like, wow, what a nice sidetrack there, eh? Got ourselves a word wall, a word of power. So that's always cool. And it's beautiful here. Got greenery, which I really miss around Skyrim. You don't see a lot of greenery, but I'm checking for a chest because there's almost always one next to it. But then again, oftentimes the word walls are near the end of a dungeon somewhere. So anyway, kind of come around the back here and get back up where we were so we can continue on our way to find that horn thing that we're supposed to find. Yeah, this is a pretty big place. I wasn't sure. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. It would have been really easy. And as you can see, there's skeletons, a dead draugr, and flames that we could probably walk in between. I don't know why I was trying to figure out maybe the handles turn the flames off. I just didn't see any way to turn them off. And look, they're all right in front of you. It's like, oh gosh. I really don't want to get flamed to death. There may have been a way. I didn't know what it was if there was. So I said, you know what? Let's just save before anything else happens. And I'm pretty sure we need to go the opposite direction where we're going anyway. I wasn't sure how to get there. Ooh, flawless garnet. Seems like to me that someone asks you for flawless gems. There's a quest somewhere. Haven't picked it up yet, but I seem to remember one. So I decided I want to hang on to anything that says flawless just in case I was right about that. So I'm looking here to see if there's a way to put this gate down. Double checking where I'm at. Obviously, we need to go across somehow. So we probably need to get up to get across. So I'm kind of backtracking a little bit to find out. It's like, okay, wonderful. I don't want to go through the flames again. And then, oh, a chest! I stumbled across a chest while I lost. And a pretty good axe there that has some magic, and it's worth a lot. So I'll double check it. That was a steel battle axe worth $240. I don't use a battle axe, and I didn't want to. In the past, if I'm going to keep Mercurio, I would have given him better weapons. So I'm not going to do that. And you see me jump off there, so I didn't get flamed again. I would normally give him my follower the best possible weapons, but I don't. I was hoping that we don't have him much longer, and I didn't want to give him things that I'm going to have to pull off at him when it's time to say bye-bye. So, okay, I've done this one before. This particular door that you have to open, and because I've done it before, and I probably should have slowed down just to show you, just in case those who haven't done this before, what you got to do is you got to run past these 3 stone things, and when you do, it opens that gate in front of you. But it opens it, you'll see me do a whirlwind dash here. That's why I'm changing my shout. It's not my shout, yeah, it is a shout, I'm sorry. Whirlwind sprint. Jeez, I can't read. Whirlwind sprint. So if you whirlwind sprint, it opens those, but you can't get far enough you have to hit it just at the right time. The other thing I have to do also is get Mercurio out of the way, because otherwise he's right smack dab in your way. So I back up and try to get him out of my way and position myself. And I do this a number of times. Trust me when I say that I have done this so many times until I got this figured out and got the timing down and where I should stand when I start and all kinds of stuff. I've probably tried this 50 times on multiple plays. Obviously, I'm not too great at it because I didn't make it this first few times, but I make it, and I want to see you that I made it. So you get to enjoy my frustration with me. It's like, go, 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 go. Didn't make it again. That's 3 times you've seen me miss it. That's okay. I'll make it here eventually. You just gotta know exactly where you need to stand before you activate that first stone, and before you start sprinting. Sprint. So what I did there is I actually ran really fast and then hit my whirlwind sprint. So, ooh, a lockpick on a dead skeever. Isn't that fascinating? Okay, so I made it, and I decided I better save before I, and see, there I see that Mercurio made it through. I don't know how he made it through, but he did. So he made it through. I've had him trapped back there before. Oh my gosh. So it looks like we've got floors full of these fire things, and I don't see any way to get around it. There's a place that you could stand, and I jump over and look. No, they are all the way through there, and I see absolutely nothing to do except run really fast. And so I do a dash or whatever, not a whirlwind sprint, but a dash. It's like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get flamed here. And you can hear the flames behind me. Oh, and then there's spiders. Oh my gosh, as if it wasn't bad enough. You've got, oh, and then a big spider, the big mama spider. So I'm getting flamed and spiders at the same time. This is so not fair. Poor Mercurio standing on there on fire. Hopefully he won't die. And a lockpick again on a desiccated corpse. And I'm just checking Mercurio, see if he's still alive and kicking. And gold on that one, so that's good. So I know we got to go through here. And, you know, it's like I'm still alive. We're still alive. I want to save while we're both still alive. So to get through here, if you had a knife or a sword, you can cut through that. When you have flame spells, you can just catch them on fire and it gets rid of them. And it brought us to the other side, and there is a wooden door.
I suppose you intend to carry off every item of value in
And
these ruins.
Mercurio's smarting off. I don't need to hear that. He's accusing me of carrying everything off in the den. No, I'm not carrying everything off. But I've noticed we are in another very large room. And this room, when you start to walk forward, Mercurio makes a really cool thing. Wow, would you look at that? And that's exactly what I was thinking. I mean, if you've got a loudspeakers or a good headset, you can hear that and you feel that, those things rumbling up out of the water. Just so cool looking. So I went on a slow walk through there for just a second. And making sure there's nothing here real quick. There's a dead Draugr. Looking behind, looking the other side. There's another dead Draugr. And it says I failed to receive the horn of Jorgen. And there's a note. What? And someone has taken it and told us to meet them at the inn in Riverwood. It's like, okay, we've done all of this for what? I mean, it's great that we got the, you know, word wall and everything, but it's so frustrating. But there is a loot room, so we'll check everything here and see what we can find. If there's anything good. Most of the time, the loot room it's worth the trouble. All these coins on the floor. I have an inability to leave the individual coins. I don't care if I've got over 10,000 gold at this point. I'm going to pick every single one of them up. It just seems wrong to walk off and leave them on the ground. So, click, 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 pick, pick, pick. I mean, I still pick coins up off the ground sometimes. Used to always, never leave them on the ground. So anyway, we're checking here, and there's a few items. You know, 1,000 gold boots of sneaking. That's not nothing. 525 gold necklace. So that's a pretty good loot there. So, and then I noticed we've got another wall here. It's like, okay, it looks like we need to go through that. Oh, it wasn't a wall at all. It was an illusion. It wasn't a wall. It was my own bad eyes going, that's a wall. No, it wasn't. It was a doorway. And the doorway leads us back into the previous part of this dungeon. And just in case, I'll go ahead and save. Aha! So remember that door I said that it looked like we should have been able to open it? There's the lever for that door. So it's a way to get out. And then I go, oh yeah, now I know where I'm at. In theory, I should be able to get out. And there shouldn't be too many things to kill us. I wanted to check that because I thought that I've seen these before and I thought that they had flames. I think we were in another dungeon where they shoot flames at us or something. I don't know. So again, just checking my map, trying to make my way out without too much trouble, without getting too lost. That's why I keep checking my map so that I'm not taking forever to get back out. This looks like the main room that we came into. Yep. So we should be able just to go up these stairs and there should be a door there. And there it is. With our pointer saying, this way. So we have that horn. And our quest log is going to tell us that we need to take it back to the Greybeards, which means another trek up the 7,000 steps. And so I've got a couple of quests, and what I want to do is try to put them together. We also were supposed to go apparently to Riverwood to an inn and find out, I'm sorry, we don't have the horn that we need. We have to go to Riverwood and meet a person who apparently has stolen that horn. It's like, why didn't they just send us a note with a courier, those little guys that run around, instead of making us come all the way here and go all the way through the end of a dungeon to get something that someone has stolen? Got to be a reason behind it. I just wanted to run ahead a little bit to kind of figure out where I'm going before I call my horse. Also, I'm looking for Nern roots because Nern roots in Oblivion were always around water. Almost always around water. So I was just kind of taking a look around just to see if there are any. And it's just an old habit. I mean, as much as I've played, like, this is funny, look at this guy, takes his sword out, puts it back, takes his sword out, puts it back, and so he doesn't attack me. I thought, okay, leave well enough alone. I don't need to kill him for his stuff. He's gonna stand there. He's got a serious problem because all he does is open it, takes his sword out, put it back. He just kept doing that over and over again. So it's okay, whatever. I'm gonna make sure I'm going the right way without getting too lost. And I always try to find the most direct route to get somewhere. And I had also changed my my horn to my shout, so I wanted to fix that so I can get my horse and kind of start heading the direction that I think that we should go. And we found a ruins, and that's okay. Nice to know it's there. For you fast travelers, that's a useful thing. For me, it's just, no, man, we're being attacked by something. Oh, they were spiders. Ugh. If I ignore them long enough, will they just go away? I guess they do. Or Mercurio killed them. Don't know which. It's like another ruin here. there's frost spider. I did run across a road right there. I guess I could have gone on it. And I decided that maybe what we should do is, because we have a good amount of stuff, maybe we should head on up to, is it Morthal? I don't think I'd been there yet, and I went to get that location on my map, and I couldn't remember if there was a whole bunch of places that are stuff that where we could sell stuff. I'm sorry, I'm not speaking very good. Yeah, Morthal. So that's why I decided to come here, because I couldn't remember if they had any kind of merchants or anything. And so you'll see me kind of running around here, and I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to really work on this part of the map yet. I just don't like this part of the map. And so they're having a conversation. I don't want to get involved. What I want to do is find out if they've got any kind of shops or anything. And I found this one shop, and it says Thermagus Hut, which means it's probably a potion seller of some kind. And see what they've got. Yeah, an alchemist.
From the college in Winterhold. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
And so I'm just kind of looking here, and that makes numbers 7 and 8, right? Fire salts, I think so. Yeah, number 8. So we're too short of what we need, so we'll get there. And oh, I'm sorry. This is where I purchased all of her cure disease potions, because I just didn't have any. I think this is where I put them. I have to look here. But we want to get rid of a few things that we're not going to use, that we don't need. And I got to thinking about this Ice Wraith Bane and the Ice Wraith Essence, and I decided we didn't need them. So I went ahead and sold them, got rid of them, clear out some of our stuff that we don't need. And some of these I know that they could be useful to use, but when, I'm just not used to playing with them much. Like, more majory for a short period of time. And
Oh, wow.
so I just don't use potions a lot. Health, and Magicka regeneration, and cure disease. That's about all I usually use. You can see right now, I do have rock joint disease, and it says it affects my melee weapons, which I don't use. So if that's the only thing it's affecting, I didn't see the need to use a potion at that time. If it was affecting something else, then yeah, but that's all I saw that it was affecting. So you'll have to forgive me for running around here trying to see if they've got like a general store or anything. And I just never really have explored Morthal very much, and I just couldn't see where they had anything that I can use. There's all these homes. Like I said, I think it's strange that all I saw was an apothecary and an inn, and Macario was running around. What the heck? So I did kind of wonder. Oh, and I thought, oh, Nernroot. It's like squirrel. Have to grab that. And just kind of, what I was doing is making sure that I had walked to every edge of the map so that any buildings would show up on my map, so that I can, it's so funny him running around, so that I can make sure just in case I missed a store. And I still may have missed a store, a general merchant or anything, but all I saw was those two places, an inn and an apothecary. There's a mill there too, but that at this point is not useful to us. So I don't know. Maybe there's something that I've missed. Maybe at some point I will come back here. I think there's some quests here. Yeah, I'm staying safe. I just didn't want to continue walking around in circles and not finding what I was trying to find. At some point I'll double check to make sure that I'm not missing something in Morthal, but I don't think so. Just an apothecary and an inn. And again, I run up here just in case. There's also a quest, I think, that has to do with this place, but not ready for that. And Mercurio, get out of my way. Do you always have to run up behind me? Jeez Louise. Looks like some pretty bored guards, so not much happens here, I guess. And just in case, I did run up here just to make sure. I want to make sure the mill... yeah, everything's alright. I want to make sure that the mill was showing on my map. And again, there's just a house there. And if you were... I think there's 3 different houses you can make with hearth fire, and one of them's up this way. So those mills can be useful. But for me it's not, because that's not where I want to build my house. In this cold, barren region. No thanks. Again, I'm just running around just to make sure I haven't missed anything.
What is it? Dragons?
Yeah, there are dragons, all right. Curios in my way. Again.
Oh.
Oh, get out of the way before I knock you down. I really, really, really wanted to sell stuff. But I thought, well, we have wasted a lot of time here. I thought, well, what? Maybe there's something out behind that I'm missing. And I decided it's time to move on. No, I decided to double check the sack and see if we've got other stuff that we need to store in there. I thought I had a few things. Yeah, I've got some children's clothing and some dolls. Another little dress there. And some glass. Again, we'll be using that for our house. Oh, I put the ice wraith teeth in the horse and then realized, oh yeah, I need those for a quest. So I will eventually dig that back out. But I think it seems like to me you do need an ice wraith one for something that you build in your house. I don't know. So, I hope I'm not spoiling that for anybody. I suppose if you're watching a playthrough or let's play, then if you haven't played it before, then you are spoiling it. But, you know, I'll try not to do that too much. But no promises. And going through like this, it also helps remind me what I have on me. So it's like, okay, let's get out of here. We have wasted enough time. And off we go. Finally. And probably ought to save just in case. So our pointer has us going to Riverwood, I do believe. Which is directly through this mountain, of course. And I was pretty sure that there was a shortcut to get us to where that we could cut across and get to Whiterun. I just had to find it. So that's what we're going to try to do here, if I can find that shortcut that I knew about. So I'll do a lot more sprinting. I know that this is painful for those of you who fast travel. And since I don't, I thought, well, I'll just do a little bit of sprinting on my horse. That'll speed things up a little bit. Of course, it runs your stamina down, and then you're just galloping. But that's okay. It'll speed things along for us a little bit. So then I saw a path. And I thought about it a minute. And I rethought it a minute. And it's like, let's go. Go down the path. And I thought, okay, because it seems like to me that I remember something about this ruins or whatever it is. There was, so you can see if you look at the map, it looks like that it cuts through this mountain somehow. But I wasn't 100% sure. But I thought, you know what? Let's go find out. I'm really doubting my decision here. It's like, oh, are we going to end up turning all the way around and coming back would be a real pain in the neck. I hate backtracking, but if we can find a faster and easier way to get where we need to go, I'm thinking, okay, here we are. Yeah, it's labyrinthian, and I think that there may be a quest somewhere along the lines that takes us here. But I was pretty sure that there was a mountain pass through here somewhere. Pretty sure. And then a frost troll. It's like, oh man. Wonder if we could sprint around him or past him. I hate them because they're hard to kill, and they don't give you anything but frost fat or troll fat. I have no use for that, so I just decided to bypass him. And I can see that so far I'm getting through here. And it looks like I'm going to be able to make it. So I do a sprint, get up over the crest of this hill. And it looks like I was right. It is a path through the mountains right there, if you're coming from Morthal. And then I thought, oh my gosh, there's 2 mammoths there. Generally, a mammoth, and it looks like, yes, I double checked, I was through there. Generally, a mammoth means there's giants. So I was frantically looking for giants. Because I knew that if I went down there and got too close to them, the giants would kill me. Also looking for Mercurio. He is nowhere to be found. And so I thought, well, let me jump off here. And what I decided to do is run back and look for him. What I was concerned about was that he had tried to take on a frost troll and got killed. So, well, I knew that there had been some wolves back here that had attacked me, that had ran past. So I thought, let's, while we putz around, let's see if we can find Mercurio. So I was so concerned that he was dead back here. The last thing I wanted to do was reload and start that whole thing over again from Morthal. So I thought, well, let's just sprint really quick through here and see if we can find him. And so far, he's nowhere to be found. I don't see him. I don't see his horse. And we're getting close to where that troll was. And so My greatest fear is that he'd be laying at the troll's feet, dead. Like, I feel responsible for him. He's supposed to be responsible for me, but I just feel very responsible for him. So I'm looking around thinking, surely he's, you know, if he's dead, he'd be around here somewhere. And there's the troll. And then I saw a spell fly right by me. And it's Mercurio. Where the heck was he? I have no earthly idea where he came from. I don't know. I was just really grateful to see his, whatever that spell he's using. So I was like, okay, good. If I call my horse, he'll call his horse, and let's get on with it. Come on, dude. Where have you been? So my greatest fear did not happen. All we gotta do now is get down here past these mammoths that were at the bottom of the hill. So we come over this crest of this hill. Mammoths are gone. They've wandered off. They're not there. I was delighted. So I guess the giants came and got them. I don't know. They're not there. And that's all I care about, is that they're not there. And it looks like we're getting attacked by something. I don't know what it is or who they are. Bandits. Ugh. Bandit with some magic powers, apparently. But we got some lockpicks out of the deal. That'll work. Where'd that other one go? I thought he ran in there dead. Wasn't sure. Then I see, oh great, there's a huge camp right here of bandits. And I didn't really want to go in. If there was a dungeon or something, I didn't want to go in. I have a plan, and that didn't fit within my plan. It's like, where is Mercurio? All these people are killing me. These bandits with magic. And it looks like I'm looking around for Mercurio, and I don't see him. Then I see more bandits standing off to the side. It's like, jeez Louise. Dude, what's he doing? He's supposed to be helping me out. I'm sure he was busy doing something important, but I didn't see him anywhere. I was afraid he was dead right there. It's like, oh good, it's a tree stump. So there's a couple more bandits up here, up on the stairs there, and you know, I'm not sure what to do exactly. And then another bandit just pops into this hut suddenly. Like he wasn't there 1 second, the next second and he was. So we'll take some golden lockpicks from him. That other bandit has come down the stairs now. So I decided to go ahead and take him out. Or her, whatever. I don't know. And I debated, should I go on up? And I thought, you know, I really don't want to, but where the heck is Mercurio? He's like nowhere to be found. So I move a little bit out from where I was towards the direction that I needed to go in, and thought, well, if I call for my horse, generally Mercurio will call for his horse if he's anywhere in the area. And as you can see, he's nowhere to be found. Again. Now I'm getting really frustrated. I'm thinking, did he go in there? Did he go in that camp? Where did he go? Usually if he's riding behind me, I can hear his horse. If I ride and then stop, I can hear his horse. There's the mammoth that I didn't see before. So I wasn't hearing him following me anywhere. It's like he sure is causing a lot of trouble. I think there's a lot of players that don't get companions or followers for this exact reason. They just, you know, they can be very helpful, and I like having them. But the frustration level, sometimes you wonder if it's worth it. And I determine that it usually is. So I do an additional save just in case. Sometimes I make the mistake of saving over something, and that's not good. So I'm trying to be better about saving additional saves. And I notice, of course, Nerd Root. So let's stop and get that real quick. And who knows, sometimes that gives Mercurial time to catch up. And look, he's right there. When I got off my horse, he was not there. So I don't know where the heck he came from. I was just glad that he finally showed up so that we could continue on our journey, for Pete's sakes. Something's attacking us, and I don't care. I'm so annoyed at this point. I hate that there's fog there, and it's greenish fog, but there's no nern roots there. It's very annoying. So I'm taking a quick look, and I'm thinking that we should probably go ahead and stop at Whiterun, because I think we have a bunch of stuff. And, you know, that's why I had gone to Morthal, because I had stuff to get rid of. So I decided to go ahead and make a pit stop here and, you know, get some stuff sold. I think that's one of the annoying things, is that there aren't enough merchants and they don't carry enough gold to be able to sell all your stuff. And I don't know if that's purposeful. I know there's mods that can change it, but again, the only mod I have is convenient horses. And I'll just deal with the game as it is. If I end up too much junk I can't sell, then I just have too much junk that I can't sell. And I have found that as far as I've gotten in the game, which I think is level 16, with the house, owning a number of houses, small ones and my big one, that I always have a abundance of gold. I've never have run out like I did in the beginning of this play. I never run out, so I'm not going to worry about it at this point. I'm just annoyed by it. It doesn't seem fair that you should have items that are worth so much that you cannot sell. That you don't need, you can't sell, because you know, you have to buy a bunch of stuff that you don't need from someone to give them enough gold for you to be able to buy stuff. It's very frustrating that you have to do that, and I've done that before. Hopefully I won't have to do that on this play.
I think I got a clean mug around here
So
somewhere.
give me a room.
I
I accidentally clicked what you got for sale. I didn't mean to do that. I don't want to buy any food. Maybe I was looking for frost salts. I'm sorry, fire salts, because we're still a couple short of what we need before we head down to Riften for a major event.
I ain't done nothing.
Well met, traveler.
Need something?
You're going to take us up to our room again so we can get a good night's sleep. Or any sleep, actually. Okay, you kicked to bed? What the heck?
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
So it is currently 9:26 p.m. All the shops are already closed, so I'll just go ahead and sleep until, you know, after 8 o'clock in the morning. That way all the shops will be open and I don't have to wait for anyone. In the meantime, I get good rest on the 26th of Last Seed. If you ever played Daggerfall, those days and months meant a lot. So you may check that out sometime if you're interested. I find it interesting that everybody stayed there overnight, and when you get out in the morning, they're all leaving. It's like, okay, you guys are here all night? And then they come out and go back to work or whatever.
So selling my produce is really the only
So we're going to pop into the apothecary first. And something I like. Yeah, you may have something I like. We'll see.
You look rather pale. Ah, so you're an alchemist then.
And no fire salts. Oh well. That's okay. Maybe we can get rid of a few things that we really don't need. Resist cold. We don't need that. You can see we really don't have much that we can sell her right now. We don't have a bunch of ingredients that we don't need. We don't have a whole bunch of potions that we don't need. So that's okay. She's there if we need her. So let's run over to the general store and see what we can find, or see what we can get rid of.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler. Everything's for sale, my friend. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
And we'll look for some of the heavier stuff, in theory. And this guy buys stabs. So, you know, that's one that's worth whatever it was. And I decided to go ahead and get rid of it. I'll never get a zombie, someone a familiar. I went ahead and kept it, but I generally don't, you know, in this playthrough I haven't been doing summoning. Some playthroughs I rely on summoning heavily. So far this one I haven't. You know, I may change my other mind, but he's down to 65 gold. No, I'll hang on to that ring for that much. I'm trying to look to see if I got anything else we can get rid of. A gold necklace, which I had probably meant to keep for enchanting, but you really, you know, there's a plethora of that kind of stuff laying around if you want to practice enchanting or sell things for a higher value, which, you know, as you can see, it can be even a problem. I was double checking to see, did I have any armor that I could sell at the blacksmith? The answer was yes, I did have some stuff that I could sell. There's usually two blacksmiths here. There's the Adrienne here on the outside, and then there's one on the inside too. I think in this case I didn't have enough stuff to go inside. Debated about the hide boots of sneaking. I don't need them for my play, but I decided I needed the gold more. At this point I have just over 6,100, and we need a lot more. So I decided I needed the gold more than the sneaky boots, which I don't sneak, so, you know, and they were worth a good bit, so I decided to go ahead and get rid of them. There was no need to go inside, because he won't buy anything that she wouldn't have bought, and it was locked anyway, so it's like, okay. And then I, you know, decided, let's double check our quests. What are we doing here? We're supposed to go to Riverwood to meet that person that had stole that wind caller horn. So I decided to kind of see, what else do we have? Where else do we need to go? And I'm double checking myself. So yeah, that was Riverwood. And we're, you know, obviously we're close to there. We're just north of there right now. So let's pop on our trusty steeds and head on down. And Riverwood has a couple of merchants that we can use too. They've got a blacksmith and a general store. And I can't remember if they have a apothecary or not. That's the three we use. So we may be able to sell a few more things there. We should be able to get there in plenty of time. It's still very early morning. You can see the sign doesn't tell you that Riverwood is this way, but I know that it is from going there. It's like your first place you go to, so I know it was there. Or I knew that you go this way. By the way, that twitch right there is I have a, I don't know what you call it, my fingers twitch sometimes, and it makes my mouse jerk. And it's really a problem sometimes. And also sometimes I click buttons with my twitchy fingers. So that's what my hand jerked on me real suddenly there. So that wasn't, I do that all the time by mistake. But in that case, that particular case, it wasn't my fault. My hand twitched. So that happened every once in a while. So if you see a sudden twitch like that, I either did it by mistake or my hand did it by itself. And I'll let you figure out, no matter which. So anyway, I knew that Riverwood was up this path, this unmarked path. So let's head on to Riverwood. And my pointer's telling me that I'm headed that direction. And there it is. On the other side of that bridge right there. I think this area here is rather pretty with the flowing river and the green trees and green plants. So I know I'm supposed to go to that inn right there. Some stupid dog. That's not very nice. So I knew that that we needed to go in that inn, but I decided that maybe what we should do is sell some stuff. And there's our trader. This is our buddy we did that first quest for, and he still got that claw sitting on that thing there.
I wanted you to have this. A token of my affection.
And he still thinks we're wonderful.
It means so much to us to have the claw.
I think every time you come in here he mentions that, which is amusing.
Thank you so much for taking care of those thieves. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
I decided to go ahead and get rid of those those dog death, whatever those things are, because not everybody buys them. So I'm kind of going through here and see what I have, because he buys just about everything. I mean, I even think this guy takes dragon bones. So it's good to remember that your general merchants will take a lot of stuff that other places won't. Staves. I mean, what does this guy not buy? And I do decide to go ahead and get rid of those Staff of Flames. It wasn't worth that much, but they're heavy, so I wanted to get rid of them. And again, since he is he's a guy that takes scrolls and things. Sometimes, I need to remember that. So we have a place to get rid of stuff like that, because we end up with an awful lot of it. And got him down to 52 gold. Thinking, okay, what do we got? Okay, we're done with him. I also noticed we had a level up. So this time I decided to go ahead and go with stamina, because I do believe that is your carry. That affects your carry weight, and I wanted to see if we can increase that just a little bit. And as far as I have 2 perks, and I'm debating, I don't know that I want to do the haggling yet. I guess if I end up with a plethora, I have 5 extra, then I would decide I'll do it later. So once again, I put it off. So that's a pattern you're going to see with me, as I put it off and I'll think about it later. So while we're here, get out of the way, dog. We're going to go ahead into the Sleeping Giant Inn. And the note said we're supposed to, I think we're supposed to rent a room. Yeah, we want the attic room. So that's what we tell Delphine.
attic room, eh? Well,
So she says we don't have an attic, but you can have this one on the left. Make yourself at home. Okay. So now I'm going to go over.
I'm the innkeeper. It's my business to keep
She's saying I keep track of strangers. Okay, fine. So we come on in here, and our pointer's telling us to come on into the room. And we do. Delphine tries to come in. Of course, Mercurio is blocking her way. Finally, she says, so she knows we're the Dragonborn.
I think you're looking for this. We need to talk.
And we need to
Follow
talk.
me.
Okay, yeah, we do. I want to know why you led me on a wild goose chase. So she gives us the horn. And at this point, if we wanted to, we could have just left and taken it to the Greybeards. But since we're already here, I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and talk to her. And she says, we'll close the door. Well, I got to get Mercury in the room first. There we go. And suddenly she opens his door to go to the secret location. Like, okay, this is different. Hopefully she can tell us a little bit more about what the heck is going on.
The Greybeards seem to think you're the Dragonborn.
So she's not with the Greybeards. She's not buddy-buddy with the Greybeards.
Surprise? I guess I'm getting pretty good at my harmless.
But she knows something about this Dragonborn business. So we're going to question her here. And she's talking about the Thalmor and that they have spies everywhere.
I didn't go to all this trouble on a whim. I needed to make sure.
And so she's explaining that she did this so that nobody would catch her or me. And she's assuring me that, you know, the fact that she said that she's not my enemy, and the fact that she gave me the horn back gives me, like, okay, I'm a little bit less on edge.
Well, someone like you for a very long time.
So who is
If
she?
you really are Dragonborn, that is. Before I tell you any more, I need to make sure I can trust you. I knew the Greybeards would send you there if they thought you were Dragonborn. They're nothing if not predictable. When you showed up here, I knew you were the one the Greybeards sent, and not some Thalmor plant.
So she's just being careful.
We remember what most don't, that the Dragonborn is the ultimate dragon slayer.
So she knows that the Dragonborn is the ultimate dragon slayer. And she's, you know, confirming, you know, you can absorb a soul. And we confirm with her that that is indeed the case. So
if you don't trust me, you were a fool to walk in here in the first place.
Well, you told us to. I mean, yeah, you're right. We were a fool to do that.
What most don't. You're the only one.
So she says that we're the only ones who can permanently kill a dragon. And when we do that, we absorb their soul.
If my suspicions are correct,
so she's saying that's why we are so important.
Right now. What is important is that you might be Dragonborn. Dragons aren't just coming back. They're coming back to life. They weren't gone somewhere for all these years. They were dead.
So she's saying that dragons were indeed completely dead, and something is bringing them back to life. And she's asking for help to help with all of this. And she says she has a map, and she's figured out where the next dragon is going to come to life. And so she wants me to follow her there, that where the next dragon is going to pop up and kill that dragon.
Was a map of ancient dragon burial sites. I've looked at which ones are now empty. The pattern is pretty clear. It seems to be spreading from the southeast, down in the
That's very interesting that she says they seem to be following a pattern of when they come to life and where.
A few years ago, I said almost the same thing to a colleague of mine. Well,
and she admitted that in the past she was wrong about something. So you know, when someone admits they were wrong about something,
Grove.
that's interesting.
There's an ancient
So
dragon
Kinsgrove
burial
is where she says there's an
We can get
ancient
there
dragon
before it
burial near
happens.
there.
We'll
You know,
burn
when we
most
pass them, they have kind of a rounded top. That means there's a dragon buried underneath there. And so what she's saying is we should go to that
I
burial
need to get
site
into my traveling gear.
and
Give me a minute and I'll be ready.
kill the dragon. Before I do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and save. And this is actually a pretty good place to stop at this point. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I do appreciate it, and I hope you'll continue to enjoy this playthrough with me.